He'll put up 30.
What's going on, fellas?
Well, go on.
Mic check.
Pre-show. What are we talking about?
Well, we had a delay a little bit. Most everything's the same now. We'll just do the NFL Week 10. We'll get right to it, man. This way you can relax, Bowler.
Oh, I'm always relaxed. I got my Mason jar over here.
I know, because I got I got stuff to tell you about. Fresh off the presses, Titans just beat the Packers by 10. But back to week 10. Oh, we had the Panthers. They ended up beating the Falcons. I was very convinced that the Falcons were going to win that game, and they ended up losing by 10. I think that helped put Tampa in position to lead the division right now.
Okay.
Chiefs beat the Jaguars. We covered the spread. It was 9.5. That part of the bet I won. But you already know. Beat the Jaguars by 10. Pretty easy. Steelers, they get the Saints, man. Mike Tomlin teams do not die. I don't know if that really betters their chances of him not having a losing season, but I mean 3-6 is a lot better than 2-7. Buccaneers get the Seahawks. We knew that though. The time change is ridiculous. Between Seattle and Germany, the time change is that's ridiculous. So the Bucs beat them.
Brady's 4-0 internationally.
Yeah. And Tom Brady, like we talk about it, bro. Like I just like him so much that I just can't count him out. You hear me? Weak division.
Bring Lloyd on the show one of these days. We'll continue.
Oh God. My personal favorite. The Bills lose it with a Josh Allen fumble in the end zone, not taking a safety, but giving up that touchdown, and then losing in overtime by a field goal to the Vikings.
With that, do you think the Vikings are the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
To win no, but I do know that we're now first place in the AFC. That's all I know. Oh no. Oh no.
Speaking of Josh Allen, let's
yes, I love Nick Wright. Let's go.
I have a Josh Allen problem, and I'm here to tell you, America, yes, they sure do. 3 back-breaking mistakes. If he doesn't make any one of them, they win the game. But I got data for you. So 3 back-breaking mistakes, all 3 of them cost him the game. And there is a level of hilarity.
You need to cut his hair, man.
The second back.
I'm telling you, I'm all in this shit. I'm saying the same thing.
Just taking a safety. Oh yeah, we've got the MVP, the best player in the league, but you can't trust him to take the snap. So maybe just give him 2 points. So let's go through it, guys. Here's the deal. You can't trust this guy to put 2 halves of football together. Yesterday, through 3 quarters, wow, looks pretty good. 4th quarter and overtime, 3 turnovers, not great. All either in his own end zone or the other end zone. All end zone turnovers, you got both of them touched. Okay, so that is kind of the micro, right? That's just yesterday's game.
Do you have any macro for us?
Oh, we can go bigger if you'd like. How about just for the season? What's the worst thing a quarterback can do? He now leads the NFL in interceptions with Davis Mills and a guy who was benched and then sneakily brought back after people picked the Raiders minus 4.5. That's not okay, Jeff Saturday. That's I think. Well, let's stay focused. What about fumbles too? What about picks?
He's going emotional.
What about picks and fumbles? Oh, this is informational, my friend. It's like.
Do y'all think the Bills have a Josh Allen problem?
Of course, not a Josh Allen problem, but he's obviously not playing well. And it's crazy how like things come around, man. The offseason is wild. The stuff that the media will say and put out there. And it's just, I think it's great.
The Chiefs?
You said what?
Think the Bills beat the Chiefs?
In the regular season, just like they did last season, and they lost.
Well, I'm just saying is that I wouldn't call that a Josh Allen problem then.
Well, last year they beat us 38-20. This year they beat us 24-20. So that sounds like
I believe you got a thing against these Chiefs, Dave.
Just saying, I'm trying to be a realist.
How we jump from Josh Allen to the Chiefs, man?
Because you can't say, "Oh, you got a Josh Allen problem," and the Chiefs are number 1 when they beat the Chiefs this year. It's
I
not
mean, but
bad enough.
okay, but what I am saying
You
is if
say the
last
Chiefs
year
are
they
number
beat us,
one?
bro,
Drew,
if
Drew
last
said,
year they beat us 38-20, but
and
this year they beat us 24-20. So what does that sound? Who closed the gap
let's
on
just
who?
be real here.
Right?
Josh Allen,
Okay.
best quarterback in the NFL. If I had to start a team, I would pick Josh Allen. He's bigger, stronger, faster
He
than
leads the league in interceptions.
so did Brett Favre. He
All
was
right.
a Hall of Famer.
All
Mahomes right
right.
now is not a Hall of Famer.
I know we don't need to defend Brett Favre right now.
Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions his third year in the
Bro,
NFL. So Peyton Manning, he was pretty garbage. So
hey, he leads the league in interceptions, but who leads the league in touchdowns?
who beat you earlier this year?
Bro, that's cool. Week 6.
And all I was
That's
trying to
cool.
the main transition,
6.
the main
That's cool.
transition
Week
right now. I
6
want to know who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
in the Super Bowl right now, because I think who's gonna be on the one side.
Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Either the 49ers will have a rematch, or probably the Vikings. Yeah. If I had those, are my probably top two.
Who do you
most
think's
likely.
got the best chance to beat the Chiefs?
The best chance to beat us? Probably the more built to beat us would be the 49ers, but that's still dependent on Jimmy Garoppolo, and we saw what happened last time. And then Kirk Cousins doesn't play good at night. We know this.
Did they change the overtime rules?
Yeah.
I guess he's trying to get you to say the Bills have the best chance to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. That's what he's going at.
No, he said Super Bowl. Bills can't be in the Super Bowl against us.
I don't say
He said playoffs.
it could be any team in the NFL. It could be
any team in the NFL to beat us. Whew. After the Eagles getting Ndamukong Suh, man, that's kind of hard.
Come on, man. Eagles over the Bills. The Bills get the scariest.
They lost Micah Hyde. They're not I'm telling you, bro, it's not as good of a situation over there as you talking.
Okay. You're more scared of Jimmy G. All right. We got it down.
They lost, bro. What up, bro? They've lost 2 games in the division. They lost to Miami and they lost to New York.
All right.
We're undefeated. We're undefeated in the division.
I'm just curious, Bola, who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl this year?
Miami's got a better chance of beating us than the Bills.
The way things are going, I know Tampa Bay gonna find their way somewhere up there again, man.
That's because the NFC is
Tampa. I can see that happening, though.
Of course.
I mean,
this is why. Because I don't care what you think. When it's one game and it's Tom Brady and that defense and Ty Bowles, I'm taking him over Kirk Cousins. I'm taking him over Jalen Hurts. I'm taking him over Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they get to these spots and they mess around and get a home game and then the 1 seed lose or something and home field advantage switches, like, I'm telling you, the Bucs are going to make it.
The only thing I've been burnt before in the Randy Moss, Chris Carter era, but the Vikings, like, man, are they going to be for real finally? Because they look fucking good.
They do look good. They do. And they beat the Bills.
We gonna see.
Titans edge out the Broncos by 7. Lions edge the Bears by 1. But Justin Fields is looking like the second coming of possibly Pat Mahomes. Do y'all feel a little bit better about my boy?
I mean, I always said he was talented, man. I mean, I'm impressed by him. The Bears' future looks bright, but we'll see. They've been saying he may be the MVP, man,
How crazy is it that y'all get rid of y'all defense and somehow y'all play better?
And they have Carolina, they got rid of McCaffrey and they're playing better.
They got more baggage than necessary. The Dolphins, once again, beat the Browns handily. Giants end up beating the Texans. The Texans got a lot of fight in them, man. Oh, what you got over here? Oh, here we go. Orlovsky bro. Orlovsky be wild.
Why are we talking about this? He's going to get injured now that we're doing this.
season was the worst you'd ever
Oh, the
seen.
graphics are terrible. Hopefully it picks
Where are
up.
they now?
I also said this, Screen, that if Justin was somehow able to overcome it, he would be in the MVP conversation. I do not think that's an outrageous statement. I honestly believe Justin's play is going to warrant him getting into that conversation. Now, he is not going to win it with the way that Tua's playing and Patrick and all that stuff, but he has been so remarkable over this last month that you sit there and say that player, if he was on a team that was going to win more, would be in the
Is
MVP
his ear
conversation.
bleeding?
You
What
want to
the
talk
hell
about
happened?
developing as a pocket passer.
It's a contact sport, Bowler.
We can't. Now I have to. And can you go make something happen? The direction of the receivers down the field, like that's the perfect example of becoming a pocket passer.
Trust in Justin.
Again, reset. Don't leave just because you can't, Justin. Hang, and deliver.
Not a believer yet. Let's say that.
That will stand out because
Bro, I became a believer at Ohio State, bro.
and that first look for me is so
And
special.
I hate Ohio State.
I always
But that game against Clemson, that shit was crazy.
Look, they run him. They're like everyone's starting to get cocky. Like, yeah, we're not scared when he lowers his shoulder. Yeah, I'm fucking scared. Like, dude's running around a little reckless to me. It's a matter of time before he gets hurt. And he's still not throwing the ball well by that stat line. So
I think people still don't talk about this a lot more either. The ball change from college to the NFL. I feel like it's something that's never brought up at least. Colts beat the Raiders. The Raiders just keep raiding. It's amazing. Then we got
well, that one was interesting. Jeff Saturday,
yeah.
he tweeted that the Colts look like ass, or I mean the Raiders look like ass, and then went out and beat them or something.
Yes. Oh no, they're definitely not firing them. That's unfortunate for them that they're not firing them.
Tweets,
I saw that he kind of predicted that they were, but it kind of came full circle is what they were saying, that the fact that he tweeted that they were such a bad team, and then he faced them and proved how bad they were.
Yeah,
Clearly he saw something that the ownership of the Raiders have not seen. I think Josh McDaniels probably is better suited for an offensive coaching type of thing. This may be too much responsibility for him. Don't want to judge him on such a short term, but the picture.
I mean,
he doesn't.
Bro, you got some coaches.
Team,
you got some coaches that have had full seasons, like multiple seasons. Like Josh McDaniels is not. They not firing him this season. Ain't no way. Not this season. Because you got the new stadium, new hottest wide receiver, Devontae Adams. You know what I'm saying? Darren Waller was injured. Hunter Renfro's on IR too. Like, too much also went wrong with the team. There's no way. That's too much. Now, if they did it, it's going to make me happy because it's just more drama going on in the black hole.
If
But
they lose the rest of their games, it's I think it's a possibility.
it depends on how bad it looks.
And
This week, they play the Broncos. That shit's funny.
What's sad is, I think it's a good transition. Maybe interesting is like Lovey Smith, my guy. I think he's done a pretty good job with Houston.
Yeah.
He get nearly the rope that McDaniels is going to get. Why is that? I don't know. Lovey's been to a Super Bowl with the worst quarterback ever. Turn around that team. I don't know. I don't get it.
But good for Jeff. He's now Jeff Sunday, not Jeff Saturday.
Nice one.
And then Cardinals beat the Rams. The Rams are who we thought they were. Be lucky that the Chiefs blew it. Chargers also lost to the 49ers. You got to understand how good that feels for the Bills to lose, the Raiders to lose, the Broncos to lose, the Chargers to lose, and we handle business. You see what I'm saying? Just keep on pushing.
They have a business yet because playoffs haven't started.
Bro, Packers. I'm sorry, regular season. That's the first order of business.
Look, man, I won't get
the first order of business.
We were talking about you losing the regular season earlier, and it didn't matter, and now we're saying it matters. But
I
go
mean,
ahead.
it matters because that's how you get to the playoffs. Pretty much the two upsets though, which I thought were going to be upsets. We kind of talked about them a little bit. Was the Packers, Cowboys, and then Commanders, Eagles. What did you think of Packers, Cowboys? Was that more Packers or was that the Cowboys going Cowboy?
I think it shows like it was definitely a trap game.
Yeah,
Rodgers knows McCarthy. He owns McCarthy. And
but I think they were dogs. They were like they were either 4 or 4.5 point dogs at home in Lambeau.
Yeah.
So
and they looked really good. And then tonight I was watching the game, like they look like a much better team. Tennessee's somehow, I don't know how it is, they're a really good team.
yeah.
They were hanging in there. Like the Packers are gonna be tough, I think, the rest of the year. And Dallas is just not that good. I don't know. I really don't get the hype going into this. I don't know who they necessarily beat earlier in the year, unless I'm missing something. But I don't think, why is Dallas considered to be so good right now?
I keep trying to tell people the 5 easiest schedules this year based off strength were the NFC East and the Lions. So,
I mean, who's the best team Dallas beat? I'm trying to pull this shit up right now.
well, they won a lot of their games with Cooper Rush. I think they're sitting at 6-3 right now. So they would have got a win off of
Let's see here.
they had a bye week last week.
They beat Cincinnati week 2. They lost to Tampa week 1. They beat the Giants week 3. That's a good win.
Yeah.
They beat Washington. Okay. They beat the Rams, who are terrible.
Trash.
They lost to Philly. They beat Detroit. They beat Chicago. And they lost to Green Bay. So they beat Cincinnati at the beginning of the year was
ass. They were in they didn't come out hot at all.
And the Giants, the division game, they won in New York. That's a good one.
What did I miss?
The Cowboys are pretty basic.
Overrated, and it's not so surprising that Green Bay beat them.
Then the Eagles dropped their first game of the season to the Commanders, but I had a feeling. I didn't think it would be by 11, but you know.
You know the Tyler Heineke story?
I love Tyler Heineke. He's amazing.
I thought
what happened?
Well, I think he's only in his 3rd year. I thought he was much older than that.
No, he's young.
And he went undrafted, and he was playing in like the Canadian Football League, or he didn't even start out there. And Ron Rivera called him up, and he beat out Carson Wentz for the job or something like that, or starting over him. And he looks good. And I think he was high school player of the year in Georgia, Bola, 3 years ago.
Samuel, 58-yard try would be a career long.
This graphic is terrible.
He was nailing him.
And what a first half by the Washington Commanders.
He played really good football.
I think that's kind of they got Ron Rivera as a coach.
What I like about this game was Rivera's speech after the game. Did y'all see that?
No.
He dedicated, I guess his mom passed away. I may be wrong. I saw it briefly, and he was in tears, man. Couldn't even speak.
Wow.
But he was like, y'all showed up and showed out, man. Appreciate it.
Member of the 85 Bears, Ron Rivera. One of the last real G's out there. Him, Mike Singletary.
Yeah, man, Ron Rivera's cool. I think he kind of got a tough hand dealt to him having to take over the Commanders, but he's doing well. And then I got family that's Washington fans, so I hope they hope they do well. But wild card at best, maybe. I'm not sure what the current situation is.
They're still considered like a perennial bottom team, which is kind of sad for them. And it's interesting given all the you look around their team and the talent they have, like they never seem to be able to put this shit together.
They're 5-5. I remember the Redskins on Madden 08. I think, bro, Santana Moss, Justin Campbell, bro, Clinton Portis. Jesus.
Hmm.
They've always had talent, but yeah, they just, or was it Josh Campbell out of Auburn?
Mhm.
But yeah, as far as how that affected the Reggie,
Oh, the Reggie.
as far as how it affected the Reggie,
Playoff
y'all
race
go
is
ahead and
getting
pull
tight.
up. Go ahead and pull out your pens and pads. Take some notes. Pat ended up putting a fight, but had to pound him out, bro. Had to get him these 1 and 2 pieces, bro. Ended up losing by 10. Boy, you took care of Paris. I see you over there.
I mean, I will say about your win with Pat, very fortuitous that Pat Mahomes had nearly 50 points for you.
It's not fortuitous. It is why I drafted him, the number 1 player in fantasy. Stop playing games with me. Now, Victor.
Answer is so hilarious, man. But go ahead.
I like that her name is Lamey because she think her team's name, but she's actually handing out L's. And you best believe Victor caught one. Caught a quick one. I think that's her second body. That's her second body. She's eliminated 2 people from this competition. Victor is the second. Last week, she bodied. Oh no, you snuck one off your mom. That's what it was. It's her first body. So Victor is the first casualty for Miss Amy. So you out here doing good things. Daryl, I don't know what happened. I looked at like 3 o'clock. Daryl was predicted to get like 240, and somehow he ended up with 163. Mikey continues being blessed on his 10-0 run. That doesn't bode well for the playoffs though, because he probably has no depth, ain't got a waiver all year. My boy Blake, he said, I'm down, but I ain't out. But you know who might be out? And that's Rico. And if it's going down this week, we'll get to that. Ben tried to fight, but he got hit. He got hit with the stray. Mike.
And he gotta get out the gym, man. Concentrate. He got his ass.
So I had to remind him. I had to help him out. I was like, hey, bro, don't forget your lineup. And then Nate, man, Nate had us biting nails, bro. Nate got bodied last week, but Nate almost won, man. Almost got one off on Steve. That was exciting.
This week's gonna make all the difference of setting the shit. Who's gonna be in the playoffs? You only got 3 more weeks left.
Yeah. I got Rico this week. That's a must win. We're trying to keep Rico out the playoffs, keep that money alive. You got Daryl. That's gonna be tough, but y'all within 5. It should be close. And I think Rogers got 20-some points. Lazar got 8-0. They're finally playing
But
football.
I had Tannehill on the bench. Tannehill put up 33 on the fucking bench.
Yeah, you know how that go. He's worse. Tannehill and Josh Allen, them the 2 roller coaster quarterbacks. One day they throw 3 picks, the next game they throw 3 touchdowns. Paris has got to get this dub off of Victor if he wants to stay alive. Victor's pretty much just playing spoiler right now. Man, Blake in a down week for Mikey. Blake, we hope that he can pull it off and maybe still get a dub, but we'll see. His season in Reggie's looking like Stafford's elbow. I think we got another one, if I'm not mistaken. Lamy's got to play Ben. This is probably his last L to take. So he doesn't want to catch this fade, but he's probably going to catch that L. And then we got, once again, Nate out here trying to play spoiler. He got to play Mikey, and he's winning right now. And then we got Pat, never say die. He's still trying to scrape it in. He's up on Nature Boy right now. So this is a very key week, and I'm excited. It's getting down to the wire, man. Who's going to get this ban?
I'm excited too, man. I could see Pat sneaking in. His team is sneaky. Let's see.
You guys still talking about Rillo or Reggie?
We're gonna come to those right now. Some
Oh, we coming right at you,
talking about
dog.
your top team out there, top dog.
Top
I
dog.
don't know how I went from number 2 to number 6, man. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man?
Because you ain't putting up no points.
Yeah, I saw that. I said, okay, it makes sense. A lot of people got the same record as me, but they have a lot more points.
And the key thing too, it's like it's not necessarily even the points for like you're building up your team for the playoffs, right? But you know the imitators and the fakers, but you look at points against. If you got someone in first place that's 10-0, has got the least points scored against them, you know they've been lucky all year. I'm one of those people in the league right now. I have one of the least points scored against me. It's kind of concerning. But we'll see. Actually, Bola, you have the least points in the whole league scored against you right now.
So basically, he said you a cop. You just eating donuts.
You're getting very favorable matchups each week, which is fine, but it's just something to keep your eye on. They don't get content with your team if it was me.
I picked up Njoku on waivers. We'll see if it goes through.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
I believe you called him Stoneheads. What's wrong with you, brother?
He
He's actually having one of his best years.
yeah, he is. But we'll see. Watson, when does Watson come back this week?
I think it's next.
That'll be something interesting to watch because like his targets and everything have been way up right now. And will that same type of production occur, which will be playoff time when Watson's back?
We shall see.
Well, shout out to anybody who's still playing and focusing. Zed, Reich, Bootleg, Kenny Coop, Anya, Spencer. He gonna catch this L for me this week. Luckily, I got the dude in last place. I really need this dub. Because, you know, 7th place ain't too far away. I just need the dub. So I'm going to just try to stay in there.
Drew gets one more loss. He might be out.
Bro.
Might be out there. 7 losses.
Nah, that's 8 is eliminated. You can still get in with 6 and 7. So, yeah.
It's getting tight out there. I know.
It's getting tight. It's getting tight to Rillos. We cool in the Reggie, but it's getting tight to Rillo. Also, if I beat Rico and the Reggie this week and Dane wins, they got the same record, and I just can't wait for the insanity, bro.
Things are gonna flip. It's gonna be a big flip out there.
Blake is actually in 7th in the Rillos, man. So shout out to him, man. Keep your head up, brother. We love you. Everybody here on the show. Keep your head up, man. Pat is in 8th. Shout out to Trent sitting in 9th. So it's like I said, man, we got a nice little Rillos situation too. So we're gonna see how that pans out.
We got Pat playing Bolo this week.
Oh, is that so?
So that's a intergoon, subgoon.
I wish like what if fantasy games were like 1-on-1 in basketball? Like
Bolo would
Bolo would crush Pat.
Beat Pat with one hand. Take him to the post, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you already know, bro. But yeah, bro, it's getting tight. And what I will say is this is like everybody talking, like, you know, that noise and that hate, but it's like, bro, do you understand that after all of that, all of this stuff we had to listen to the offseason, all these acquisitions, AFC West spent $500 million trying to improve their team, and we're in week 11. And if the Chiefs win on Sunday, we've clinched the division with a month or so left. You see what I'm saying? So
don't jinx yourself, bro. You don't want Mahomes.
Oh, hey, but that's the thing, though. We already got one on them. That's why I'm free.
Anything can happen. Chargers got
of course.
You don't want to get some injuries. Jinx yourself out there,
bro. No, we got our injuries right now. We're gonna have to deal with it, but they're banged up too. And I actually, for all the injuries that the Chargers have ever had, especially in the past 6 years, this might be the most. Like, you know what I'm saying? If everybody questionable doesn't play, that's no Eckler, that's no Williams, that's no Allen, no Everett. Like, bro, it's so bad over there that it's just like, you know.
I hear you.
So we'll see what happens.
It's fair to say you think the Chiefs gonna beat the Chargers then.
I think they're
I think so.
6.5 dogs at home.
Ooh.
So Chargers.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They're 6.5 dogs at home. I don't know about a whole touchdown. If Mike Williams and Keenan Allen don't play, which it looks like Keenan Allen won't play, but Mike Williams might. I'm still looking at like a 3-4 point game. Like if none of them are playing and Eckler's not playing, I'd say Chiefs by 14. But with so many guys questionable and practicing, not practicing, they don't really know yet. It's just a little too hard to say. But I wouldn't trust a 6.5 spread.
Okay. So I guess I have to ask y'all, what game this week stands out to y'all? I know I'm looking forward to the Jets Patriots game, just because of that rivalry. Oh, that's a good game. But I also, living in Atlanta now, I want to see the Bears Falcons game as well.
Oh, that's a big game for you.
I gotta talk some shit to my Atlanta fans.
Who would have thought that in the Rams Saints rematch from probably the most egregious no call in the history of the playoffs is going to be a matchup of 3-6 and 3-7 teams.
that's a good one. I like the Minnesota Patriots game.
Okay.
Very solid team. That should be the best football, maybe not the most exciting, but I think an exciting game will be the Giants versus Detroit.
Did you say Minnesota and who?
Oh, they're playing the
Cowboys.
Jets.
Yeah, the Jets are playing the Patriots.
Never mind. I thought Minnesota was playing the Patriots for some reason.
I'm upset because there was supposed to be a snow game, the Browns versus the Bills, and it would have been a perfect game for the Browns, who run the ball way better, to sneak another win right off of them. But it turns out they're gonna move the game to Detroit, so they're gonna be playing in a dome. So
That Minnesota Dallas game, now that is most exciting to me. I want
that
Minnesota to
game.
beat that ass.
That is why that game is at 425.
That's a great game.
Bengals Steelers is always exciting, and especially if the Steelers can mess around and win a game,
I think one to watch for also what I would like to call the underdog game of the week is probably the Raiders Broncos, man. 2-7 versus 3-6. Both fighting for a W this week. We'll see.
Basura.
What'd you say?
What? Oh, Benadryl. I need some Benadryl.
That's an ugly toilet bowl game. Very
Like, bro, that's the Charmin Classic. Like, Jesus Christ, bro, that's a terrible game. Well, one game that I will know be competitive, though, Commanders Texans. The Texans will keep it close, but they'll probably lose.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Who knows?
Well, Derek Stingley's kind of hurt, so like they're starting to get a little banged up too. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, Nico Collins scores up in bunches. That's what I hope.
Texans, they play way better at home, so we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir. And with that said, shall we wrap it up, fellas?
Let's do it.
Big facts.
Sponsor, even though we said we were going to do it the other way, Travel. Go ahead and speak on it, Drew.
Basically, the idea of this is the simple fact that African travel, as far as destination or vacation travel, still only makes up 5% of the market here in America. So it's really just based on the fact that it's still an unexplored, untapped, very just unmentioned, unthought about, part of the world. And we're trying to do that, as well as be able to give, people a chance to learn their history, learn, possible places where they come from, and just, learn about cultures and connect with that part of our past that we don't have a lot of connection to. So shout out to them. They also going to be doing a trip in London sometime in August, $999. Don't nobody ask no stupid questions. All inclusive, everything paid, lodging, and I'm gonna be helping them with that little assistant tour guide position. So holla at your boy. Instagram, email, whatever it might be.
It's about time you invite one of us.
Bro, I've been told you. Why don't stop playing with me, bro? Why you do this?
With that said, we'll stop the pre-show.